Looking back, I wasted half of my first year lifting, not because I didn't train hard, but because I did the wrong things. In this video, I will share my biggest mistakes that I made in my first year so you can avoid them and make faster progress. Let's start with the first and probably the worst mistake that I made. Fast cuts are now quite popular in the fitness industry, and for a good reason. It's possible to lose weight and get the cut over with within a pretty short amount of time, but there's such a thing as too fast, which brings me to my first mistake: starving myself for weight loss. Short fasts are okay at the end of bulks because you've got so much fat on you to pull from. But eating under 1000 calories per day for a prolonged period of time isn't the smartest. As humans, we need more calories to preserve our muscles on a cut. Even if someone makes the argument that lost muscle is built fast again, there's a point where muscle loss on the cut is so much that the time it takes to build it back surpasses the time saved by cutting fast. My first cut after I started lifting consisted of 200 grams of dried cod post-training and nothing else, which is 690 calories, 168 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat and 0 grams of carbs a day. Needless to say, even as a beginner training hard, I started to lose strength. So I went on YouTube Fitness to get some help. I went on YouTube Fitness because I didn't believe the 690 calorie diet was the reason why I was losing strength. I had been training every day since I started, which was about 3 months at that point. So I came to the conclusion that the problem was overtraining and that I needed a deload. After a disappointing performance, coming back to the gym post-deload, I ended my first cut at only week 3. I was done with this cutting bullshit and I proceeded to bulk for half a year, which then led to my second cut and my second mistake. I got too shredded. If you aren't posting on social media or planning to compete, getting shredded is completely unnecessary. It will only slow you down if your main goal is just to build muscle. Cutting to then have room to bulk more is a perfectly reasonable strategy. But if you're interested in max muscle growth, most people shouldn't go lower than 12%. You can for sure cut below that, but for most people, even when bulking under 12%, your body doesn't have enough fat storages to build muscle as fast as it could at higher body fat percentages. So time spent cutting under 12% and bulking up to 12% is a double whammy of time wasted if you're interested in max muscle growth. I don't know how lean I got, but this is definitely under 12%, which was both unwise from a muscle building standpoint and considering that I was 16 when I started the cut. The third mistake that I made is that I cut for too long. I started at 86 kilos in early April and dropped down to 78 kilos in only 2 months. But then I spent 2 more months just to lose 1 kilo, ending the cut at 77 kg. That's 0.25 kg or a half a pound per week. Unless you're getting stage lean, cutting at such a slow rate is just a waste of time. You're better off ending the cut early or taking a diet break, maintaining for a while to recover and maybe even build some muscle before starting the cut again at a faster rate. Bulk rates are often faster at the start, so you might just gain back that lost weight in the same amount of time you wasted trying to cut it off, which totally goes against the ideal ratio of how much time you should spend cutting versus bulking. In my opinion, you should spend at least 4 times longer bulking or maintaining than cutting. My fourth mistake was changing a plan that was working extremely well. After half a year in the gym, I hopped on my first official training program. Jeremy Ether had been so kind to release a free training program at the beginning of 2020. It was a 6-day push-pull legs program, which me and 2 of my friends ran together. The progress I was making on it was crazy. Each month I was gaining 10 kilos or about 20 pounds on my incline bench, and the progress didn't seem to be slowing down at all. But then everyone on YouTube started talking about full body training. I also want to bench 100 kg or 220 pounds, and my current program didn't include flat bench, so I switched. A big mistake. I ended up just stalling on the new program, even though it was made by a creator that was and is one of the most respected fitness influencers on YouTube Fitness. If I'd just stuck with Jeremy Ether's plan, who knows how long I could have milked out the progress on that before stalling. The second plan may have been more optimal for the majority of people, but not for me. In the first few years of your fitness journey, your feed constantly showcases new exercises or methods that look more optimal and sound more convincing. But if you're already progressing, resist the urge to change what isn't broken. No one has really mastered the gym, so you shouldn't put so much faith in that the new change is really more optimal. The fifth mistake that I made is that I didn't take pictures when I started. I didn't want to take pictures of myself until I had built some muscle. So this photo was taken after 3 months of training. I was benching my body weight, 80 kg or about 180 pounds, and I looked decent, some muscle definition and faint abs, but I wish I had taken one on day 1. I don't remember what I looked like first when I walked into the gym, but I know it wasn't impressive. If I had the photo from the very start, looking small, weak, and maybe even terrible, it would have been a powerful reminder that I wasn't just some specimen, just a regular kid, and now, after years of hard work, fucking jacked.